Welcome back for another episode of Morning Coffee and Marketing. We have changed the locale of our recording spot, so we're now recording in my little library here. Really, what I did is I just put bookshelves up around a certain area of my bedroom so that I made a little. Here we go. We're back. So I made a little area for to read in. Normally, I don't get really great signal back here, but I'm doing pretty good. So, anyway, let's get right to it. The simple three-word mantra that took the worst NFL team in history and made them Super Bowl champions. I am, of course, the worst NFL team in history. I am, of course, talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have sucked, and they sucked, and they sucked some more. And I don't think they've ever been able to repeat even close. I'm not sure they've even been in the playoffs since they won the Super Bowl. What's it been, 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. But the year that they did, no, it's been more than 15 years ago. Jesus Christ, it's probably 16, 17 years ago now. But the year that they won the Super Bowl, they had, we called him Chucky, I forget his name now, but the little blonde-haired manager. He was famous for his time at the Raiders. Oh, damn, I can't remember his name. Anyway, we used to call him Chucky, but because he resembles the little doll Chucky in those silly slasher films back from the 80s and 90s. Child's Play. Anyway, so Chucky took the team to a Super Bowl championship, and he did it based on a three-word mantra. The three-word mantra was "pound that rock" or "pound the rock," and what it meant was that no matter how big the rock is, no matter how strong it is, no matter what it's made out of, no matter what you're hitting it with, if you keep pounding the rock, it will break. It can't help but break. You got a little, you got the sun coming in on me on that side, so it's, You saw some of my books on the ground there, some of my books boxed up. Anyway, it will break. And that's the secret to success. That's the secret that made them Super Bowl champions. And that's the secret that can make you a champion in your field of endeavor, right? So, just to put a fine tip on it, a couple of days ago, week ago, 2 weeks ago, something, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast on YouTube. And Joe Rogan, I wish I could find the clip so that I could link to it. But Joe Rogan had a guest on, and they were talking about continuing to try something. When you try to make a change to yourself personally, when you try to start adopting a new behavior, when you try to lose weight, when you try to do whatever, if you continually try and you fail, Rogan, hey, how's it going, Judy? Rogan says, as soon as the scientist said, if you try and you fail, Rogan jumps in, well, yeah, it makes it harder to do. And the scientist says, no, the research says just the opposite. You get credit for trying. If you try and you fail and you go back and try again, you're good. You can actually, you each time you try, it improves your chances of doing it. So it just, this was a psychologist who was going off scientific research. And what that research said was that you get credit for trying. If you keep pounding the rock, it doesn't get harder to do every time you do it. Every time you try it, it's not more difficult. Every time you try it, it actually becomes much easier. It becomes easier. You take a little step, keep pounding the rock, keep going after it, keep working on it. Don't give up. Keep fighting to adopt the behaviors you need to adopt to get to where you want to get. Keep pushing, and eventually the rock will break, right? You get credit for every time you try. When you try to have a successful business, when you try to launch a successful business and it doesn't work, you've learned some things. The next time you try, you're going to go a little further. And the next time you try, you're going to go a little further. When you try to lose weight and you don't lose the weight, you don't stick to the diet, you have learned some things. You have made some progress. You get credit for trying. When you try to get up earlier, when you try to work harder, when you try to get less distracted, when you try to get more focused, when you try to change yourself into the person you need to be so that you can achieve your goals, each step of the way, you get credit for trying, even if you fail. Okay, we have a low network connection, so I don't know whether you're hearing this or not, but each step you get credit for trying. Each step you get credit. Each step makes it a little easier to actually accomplish it. So eventually, if you keep pounding the rock, you can be a Super Bowl champion just like the worst team in the NFL ever. So just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Don't give up. I'm rooting for you, and if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know.